Hey, all right. Here we are, January 30th, 2020. And I want to take a moment to thank my friend and client, Matthew Borie, who's a chief financial officer for International Manufacturing Company. And we had a basic instructions breakthrough session back in early December, on December 7th. And just going to talk about Matt's experience and how he's felt since he has gone through mental and emotional release and worked with basic instructions. So, Matt, just want to take a moment to express my gratitude and thank you for sharing with us. And yeah, just want to ask you, when you think about before we started working together, what mental and emotional blocks were and challenges were you dealing with before the breakthrough session, like when we began working together?
I think there were two main ones. At work and then personally. Um, the, the work had always been my job had always been my release, my place to not have to think. I just do my job, and there were some circumstances that happened that um, really called into question initially my worth at that job, the reason that I was there, and it made it really difficult to be there. Even though I needed to be there for the people that were there, I just couldn't see through that. And personally, you know, I, I I'm a workaholic, so I'm not home a lot. But when I am home by myself, I was burdened by a lot of negativity, from past experiences, recent experiences that um, when I didn't have that release at work, and I never really had it at home, I was in a bad spot.
Hmm. Okay. So, a lot of the different things you were dealing with in terms of work and at home, and these things tend to overlap sometimes. So when we finally did get to the release work and we released those negative emotions in the breakthrough session, cleaned out the baggage from the past, I want you to think back to when we actually had the breakthrough session and how easy was it to release those emotions? Like what was MER, mental and emotional release? Like what did it feel like for you, and how easily were you able to let go of all the things that were holding you back?
It was very difficult to bring those emotions to the table and those memories to the table. Um, that was the hardest part. But releasing them was surprisingly easy. Um, the methods employed um, allowed me to, view things in a way that I never have viewed before, and it brought a lot of clarity to the process and to the release of themselves.
Right. Yeah. So, we're here. What is December? We did this on December 7th. Now it's January 30th. And so you've had some time since you experienced the release. And what would you say is the most glaring difference and apparent difference you experience in your everyday life? Now that you've been through basic instructions in the breakthrough system, how does the Matthew Borie experience feel?
Much, much, much more peaceful. I really have a sense of peace that I haven't felt in a long time, and also along with that, clarity. I see things for what they are, and I'm not overburdened by um, baggage or issues that I was running into in the past. Even though I couldn't really identify them, I knew they were there. They were causing me problems, and I just feel at home at work and at home, and that to me is the most important thing. My brain takes a lot during the work week, and not being able to give it a break just made it worse. And I feel calm, and I feel peaceful.
All right. So in terms of your productivity at work and in terms of your state of being when you're at home, what would you say? What are some of the results that you're just experiencing in your day to day?
I mean, honestly, you could drill it down to as simple as I really didn't want to be at work, and I had a tough time even staying there half days. I I'm fortunate in that I don't have somebody breathing over my shoulder. I can make whatever schedule I want, but it was really really hard for me to be there, even if I had work to do. And after going through the sessions, it, it was sort of a reset for me and a second opportunity. And so I go into work every day. I'm happy to be there, and I'm more productive. I'm more available, physically and emotionally to the staff there, and it's been a huge difference. It really has.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. So, thinking about your experience working with me in basic instructions, breakthrough system, who would you recommend? Who do you believe can benefit from MER and from basic instructions?
So, I keep my own conscience. I'm extroverted, but I keep a lot inside, and I don't tell people about it. I don't talk about it. And so for me, that was the most important thing, is having a platform and an environment where I felt comfortable talking about the things that I needed to talk about, and things came up that I didn't even realize I needed to talk about. So anybody that's similar to me in that respect, where they internalize a lot of things, they don't have an outlet, and they just let things build up inside. It's a fantastic program to go through.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad you're reaping these benefits. Are there any other thoughts about your experience in working with me, working with basic instructions that you think would be good to share?
It's just simple basic instructions, and it doesn't have to be that difficult in your life. You can just follow a simple path and know that it's the right path for you. And sometimes you don't realize it. You don't always understand what that path is, but it really helped me to refocus on what I want to do, clear objectives for myself, and not measure myself in measurable ways. This is my experience, and I'm going to make the best of it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking a moment to share, and just it's a pleasure working with you. Always am glad, even after all these weeks, you're still going strong. Things are still get better for you. And yeah, just don't be a stranger. Thanks for sharing your thoughts, and hopefully other people can benefit from your experience, just as I know they are at work right now. So,
Yes, no problem.
all right. Thanks a lot.